signatories to those accounts are the Secretary General Nathan Mandla Mafabi, Treasurer General Geoffrey Kanya. These are all members of Parliament and distinguished gentlemen. And the Secretary General, who was elected on the 6th, re-elected, unopposed. Mafabi, you can only have one president of the FDC. And that president of the FDC is Patrick Oboya Muryat, who was re-elected on the 6th of October 2023. So the other people who claim to hold positions are not recognized as legitimate leaders of the FDC. They can wish to call themselves whatever names they want, but we have continue to insist that they should return to the fold and be part of this organization. I want to thank the people of Kasese, our leaders, my brother Ronald, who was very, very clear to everybody in different gatherings in this district. Following serious consultations, meetings beginning from the sub-counties, we're coming up to the district conference. And that district conference was very resolute. They said, for us, we are not for a division within the FDC. For us, our mission is to ensure that whatever contradictions exist in the organization, they should be reconciled. And this is something that we have carried along the way as we continue going across the country. And we make specific reference to this, to the resolution of this district. I do remember that our friends, our highly respected leader, Colonel retired Dr. Kizza Besigye, our first president, that nobody can remove that from him, by the way. He is part of the history of our party. Was here a few months ago, and they were seeking views of the leaders of this great district. And the leaders were very clear. They said, please, don't, split our party. We want our party to remain intact. Go, reconcile, and let's move as one. Now, that message that the leaders of Kasese did give to Dr. Kizza Besigye and the group, and did give to us, actually, because they wrote correspondence and said, power and your team reconcile, is the message that I want to pass to our ground soldiers, the foot soldiers in the villages, in the sub-counties, in the counties of Kasese, in the counties of the region. Talk to each other. Where there are differences, resolve those differences. Nothing is going to, those differences are not going to serve any good purpose to anybody. And, when I speak about FDC while in Kasese, while in Rwenzori, I'm quite passionate, because I do know that the events that happened after 2016 in this great kingdom, causing the death of hundreds of people, were as a consequence of the stand, the political stand of the people of the Rwenzori kingdom. And they spoke very clearly in 2016 by overwhelmingly, especially in Kasese, voting for the FDC and returning 6 out of 6 members of parliament, returning Chairman Sibendere Bigogo of this district as the district chairperson, as FDC, and so many sub-counties that were swept across the district. You were very, very clear about what you wanted as the people of Kasese, and you were punished as a result of it. It would be very disappointing if after a region like this, having suffered the brunt of the cruelty of the regime in power, drifting away and going to associate with the regime. That will be a betrayal of the people who died in their hundreds in this kingdom. It will be a betrayal of the struggle of the Rwenzururu people that has lasted over 60 years. It will be a betrayal of the people of this kingdom who will come after us. We would have set a stage where our children will become vulnerable. The children of this kingdom will become very weak. They will be downtrodden. They will be walked over. They are going to be undermined because of the weakness of their fathers, their grandfathers. I don't want to see this happening. Now, it's really amazing. Today, my speech, the speech that I made, was a speech that was written to me by the people of Kasese, by the people of Rwenzururu. And, you know, it made my work so simple. I really want to thank the organizers, people who put thought to this, who made it possible to raise the issues, you know, graphically, and, you know, put them to the face of everybody. The issue of the dead railway line, you know, that used to be an artery and vein of the people of this kingdom, something that was demolished systematically and the sleepers stolen by unscrupulous individuals in government, you know, is an eyesore to this place. It is something that has reduced the capacity of the people of the Rwenzururu kingdom, because they have been deprived of one of the factors of production. The issue of the upgrading of the airfield, this one in Kasese, something that was mentioned by the people, and it's something that we do know ourselves as political leaders. I served with the Honorable Nzo on the Committee of Infrastructure. It was a Works Committee, then became the Infrastructure Committee for many years in Parliament. And every year, the government will bring in its books, plans, indicating that they would upgrade this airfield to international standards, where you would fly out of here to go to Europe, to go to China, or to go to America. I would like to ask listeners whether I can now fly out of here to go to Holland, for example, to go to France, whether there is anything related to the upgrading of that air. The reports I have, and I was given today, indicate that this has not been made. And therefore, I think that the government of Uganda, the one of Museveni, told a lie to the people of the Rwenzururu kingdom. When I was growing up, and I was reminded today by the people of Kasese, there was a salt factory in Lake Katwe, and I remember the time practicing in my profession. I came around, did some work here, and I went to Lake Katwe. And there is a factory there that has wasted away. Instead, people are using rudimentary methods of collecting salt from Lake Katwe. That is not their fault. They are trying to fill up the gap that the government has failed in. And you know, the way women suffer, especially women, putting on caveras in their private parts to protect themselves, that is dehumanizing our people. It is really looking down upon our women. That is extremely cruel. And yet there is a factory that Idi Amin put in place. That man they called was called an illiterate, had never gone to school, but he's thinking more than people who have got PhDs today who are in government. They put a salt plant there. And that brought jobs, that brought an income to the people, that brought visitors, brought people to work. Some of them bought food from the local communities and therefore boosted the economy, killing the mines. And you can go on and on and on and on the failures of this regime. Therefore, the people of Rwenzururu Kingdom need to tell me why they should vote for this kind of regime. With all those failures, with the high level of poverty among our people, poor education, poor road network. Today when you are driving through Fort Portal, coming via Fort Portal to Kasese, you have got to go through a nightmare between Bitiana and Mubende. And yet money to the tune of 396 billion shillings was released for that road. It's one of the most expensive roads in the country. Where did the money go? Here, who keep coming around here should answer to the ministers from Toro. You can't be passing through such roads, yet you pay taxes. You know, the people who own vehicles breaking down every often, and yet you are taxpayers. Yesterday when we read on radio in Fort Portal, somebody asked, he said, but FDC, what have you done? As FDC, you have even failed to put up a simple school. You have failed to put up a clinic for us. I want to educate the population, just in case there are people who think the same way. A government that is in power is authorized to collect taxes from the people and implement government projects in accordance with the manifesto or the promise they gave to the people. When such a government fails in its responsibilities, then people have got a right to kick that kind of government out of power. When such a government turns against the people, like now, there's a lot of land grabbing in the whole of this place. You know, attacking the economy of the people, the fish market. I don't know whether the fish market in Bwera has reopened effectively, but there was a time when there was an outcome. There should never have been such an outcome. And so I think that we come to this region as well as mobilizing for our candidates, as well as registering members who wish to be registered in the FDC. We also have come to educate the people of this region so that they may not be cheated another time.
Thank you so much, Bwana FDC Party President, Engineer Patrick Oboy Amuriat. And in the studios, we're joined by the party spokesperson, John Konyogo, whom I think shouldn't go without saying anything. But before maybe I cross over to spokesperson, Mr. President, as a journalist, I believe that indeed Kasese is the bedrock for the FDC. Now, I'd like you to expound more about the issues that is in FDC. You say that they can be reconciled. My question is to you: is there any room for you? I know Najanangum is the official headquarters for the FDC. Now, as people now in power, is there any room for reconciliation, you and the other side of Dr. Kanu Dieside and his team, so that you can build a strong FDC in Uganda?
I want to inform listeners that we continue to engage our colleagues on the other side. And actually, without mentioning names, I think some have come and have expressed interest in working with us again. And we continue to encourage such extended arm of the olive branch to our colleagues and say to them, this kind of division does come to Nathaniel Kumbi, should come to Nathaniel, but for him, he's out of this. We are also waiting for it because, as I know, the consultation has now been put. I think we are not going to accept to be drawn into any violence. It would be extremely unfortunate if they decided to take that route. But if they also decided to form a new political organization or pressure group, then our constitution is very clear. Anybody who chooses to join any other organization or even form or stand as an independent will lose their membership in the FDC. That is under. But if they decided to form another party, then they would be our opponents, and so we would now begin competing.
You are a very senior politician, Bwana, Mr. Paul. If the other group, where will this leave the FDC party?
Well, I think that the FDC party, look, all their members in the village, all of them contribute to the building blocks. Even a single member, being lost today, a person who joined the FDC yesterday, who doesn't hold any known position, is a great loss to us. If they decided to move, certainly that would be a great loss to us. But I want to say what I said before, that our ability to stand again in view of such a loss has been proved. I told you earlier, Bitrus Anwar left, Alex Onzima left, Betty Kamia left, and all these were very senior people in the party. In 2018, General Gregory Mugisha Muntu, the former president of the FDC, together with the former Secretary General, Ali Salaso, left the party. And they went along with some MPs, including our sister from Kasese, the former leader of the opposition. They left and joined hands. And you don't know what kind of situation I was placed in as it is finished. All the leaders have gone. Look, all the MPs have gone. We came back to Ghana and said, we are going to form a team, work as a team. In Nigerian groups. That said, we have a duty to save our party. Indeed, it looked. Now, when we left, we kept in the party. We went to the election of 2021. Muntu was on the other side as an opponent. We were on this side as his opponent. We fielded candidates for Member of Parliament. The Alliance for National Transformation does not even have a single Member of Parliament. We won 32 seats. Those who were seen as useless, as weak, as dead, still had leaders, including here in the region. We have a number of mayors. The mayor of Soroti, the city mayor, is FDC. The mayor of Mbale is FDC. The division mayors of Soroti both are FDC, with a number of councillors in the cities. We have got LC5 chairpersons in Serere, in Buikwe, and other districts. We have a division mayor in Arua. Our party is spread all over the country. You can't criticize us on the basis of us being a regional party. Nope. You can, call it a regional party. Because of the 57 members of parliament, 55 come from Uganda. You can't call that a national party. You can't. Now, what did General Muntu achieve? General Muntu and Alaso achieve? Nothing. It would have been better for them to stay within the fold, within the FDC. In fact, at a certain point I was thinking that if General Muntu had in the FDC, he would probably have been our presidential flag bearer in 2021. He decided to leave. If our friends want to go, we wish them luck. It would have been out of their choice. They shouldn't blame the leadership in the FDC for not offering an opportunity for them to return. And so that they would have chosen to go of the current membership of the FDC. And there is evidence to this effect. friends, now calling themselves Katonga Group, have been around the country. They have attempted to organize rallies. But you see the kind of pictures that are coming out of those rallies. When they went to Mityana, when they went to Soroti, in fact, they even didn't risk going to the rally ground because it would have been a total embarrassment. When they went to Mbali, when they went to Arua, they just decided to keep in the town. Us that, the popularity that they had, popularity as a result not only of an individual, popularity was built by different units of individuals to create a force that is. So now when we came here to what happened today, Ronald has failed because I am overwhelmed with joy. Some people, when we had this big rally in Bale, they said, it's because the Secretary General comes from Bale. When we had the big rally in Soroti, they said it's because the President comes from Soroti. Now today, I don't know what they are going to say about the rally in Kasese. They will say maybe Centenary comes from. Then I don't know. Should we go to places where we don't have people?
They will say Kasese is a bedrock for FDC.
Yes, and that is credit to us, and it's our happiness. So, I think that from what has been demonstrated in these three big meetings, including the one of Kasese today, people have got to think twice about their statement of saying, what used to be. No, we are firmly in charge. And by the way, we are going to dismiss even this thing of a certain wave that came, telling lies about us and demeaning us and abusing us and saying we are failures. Just set your eyes on the election of 2026. And you'll see something different in the political terrain of this country.
Thank you so much, Bwana Party President FDC, Engineer Patrick Oboy Amuriat. I'd like to welcome briefly Wechitiwa Achikonyogo John to talk about mobilization, e-registration, and registration in only 5 minutes. Then we go back to the calls.
Amanya Chikonyogo John, nze mwogezi wa party, weta spokesperson, neyanziza abantu bekase. Si kintu kya kuzanyirako. Bw'ogizanyirako gwaggwaawo. Ne kusaayo mukulu Amuriat n'amala agyepankira ka FDC yaggwaawo yesigala nga si party y'amaanyi era twagisinga emirandira gy'amaanyi nnyo nga minene nnyo era wekiba kizimbe twasima ekinnya kyene tuteekayo enkokoto. FDC abagizimba olunanyambo nali omu kuba abazimba FDC twagizimba nga pate ya nsonga teyajja kuzanya buzanyi mu ggwanga, ejja kutereeza ggwanga naddikyusa ekyusize ddala tufunemu ekintu ekirungi kisobola okuyamba eggwanga. FDC ye pate yokka mu Uganda erina omusingi, ye pate yokka erina ebigendererwa era zonna baziteekawo obuteekerezi kino kizeeyo n'ateekawo pate ekigendererwa ate biri mu buwandiike si byagamba nti ojja biyiya buyiiya. Ekyo ne weyingira FDC gwe wali byosobola okusoma tegana FDC eri kuki era tubiteeka mu nkola kutambuza eggwanga bulungi nnyo. Kyova olaba bagezi nga mukulu pulezidenti wayogedde buli agezezaako giyuuya yeeyuuya n'agenda yeesigala nga ngamu era akubuulidde wanto ye n'omuntu we yagenda ne MPs 25 ffe tusigaza 9 naye abe bonna bwe yagenda nabo teri n'omu yadda kasaba ava mu FDC naye ffe abaali 9 bafuuka 3 mu babiri. Kikulaga ki pati ya amaanyi okusinga buli omwalo olowooza nga kinene naye kyeyanga pulezidenti yabagambye amaanyi gano tegabeera ga muntu omu tegabeera nti Kikonyogo nze esinga amaanyi mu ggwanga newenvawo Kikonyogo yalinawo olunaku olumu kituzimba mu pati yaffe tevula kati kusaawa eno bupya kino kijja tuyamba okutegera tulina bamemba bameka ne tunaa tugenda okampinga mu kalulu akajja tutandikira kubandi nga tuzze Kasese olwedde ali ku lisiti eno empya kadi enkadde zonna zijja kuba zaggwako katwatandise bupya ate owandika ku mutimbagano buli omu wabeera asooka okwewandiisa nafuna enamba ye zinamba nga enamba 6 namba 6 genda kubeera yange okutuusa ensigo eriggwawo lwe tubaire tulina kadi nga gyogula enamba yebeera eyiyo naye kati enamba gyofuna kadi yo neweegwa ojja ku applyinga mu pate badde mubakuwe kadi naye bakuba namba yo yennyini eri gye wayina ekyova olaba twalaze mu nsi ekibiina ekyaffe kigenda ku sipiidi y'amaanyi ebirala bigoberera bugoberezi kadi eyo empya teyagiina mulala fe tugiina ffe ne mu Afirika ndoza tononya abaziina eziyange yaffe tekikulaga tuzzeemu ekibiina okukizimbira ddala bupya anyamu mu kibiina naye ludda kyatuyamba okwongera okukola ennyo mwe kasobola tutegedde nti tulinamu obuzibu olumu takola nnyo n'amaanyi naye kati twaddemu ne tukola n'amaanyi kati oza olaba laali zonna zivudde Soroti zizze Mbale ku lusozi lwa Erigono zizze Kasese kati ku lusozi lwa Lwenzooli ensozi za Uganda esinga obuwanvu bintu zimazeeyo si kyekyo Lwenzooli nani
n'Embale
n'Erigono kati tugenda Sudaani era tubadde ku boda y'Ekonka kati ku ssaawa eno tugenda ku boda ya Sudaani tetunava kweya ate tudde mu Uganda ne batewedde eno waliwo otubuuza ki FDC is the only national party NRM yose party mukimanyi bwetaba na sente zaffe zijja ffe buli kitundu kya Uganda tulinamu omuntu what a beauty that is tozokira mukama wange era abantu bekaseeseze embeebaza mu ngeri enjawulo mumwasooka okunuuna ku mubisi guno gwe FDC obulungi era katwagala buzeba MP ffe ere 6 wali twalina 6 mu Kasese tutandikira ebibira bikola ki ebigoberera Kasese neera mukyalemeddeko mukyali bantu b'amaanyi tubeebaza paa mundu guno okujja muzee bantu 6 tujja bafuna ekyenda biwali wansi tujja bafuna abantu tubeebaza okujja ku lunaku luno nga luno baba beetegereza emirimu gyabwe ne bajja ne batusanyukirako ayina ffe batula amaanyi gengenda okuzibagaffe tusigalidde East emaze West Kasese wa West amaze tujja kuba tuvudde ne mu North kati gaffe tusigaddewa ojja kola etandika okufuukuula ettaka mu Buganda ojja kwewuunya kinaava mu Buganda empi nafuna next time tebajja nakudabulinga bokka tebajja nakutripolinga tebajja kubisa mirundi 10 tebajja kusinga ojja kubalaba kuba sanze abantu 5 mwami Kikonyogo mulwana ennyo pate yazi I didn't know them ninga bonna bamanyi niye buli mwagamba ekintu kimulwanye pati yaffe ekoleki tugenda kikola Busoga tugenda kikola Bunyolo tugenda kikola Mwankole tugenda kikola Ekigezi
John Kikonyogo ndoza muwulidde bulungi leka tubane tukanze lisinja abo bali kwa kinimbe kimezaya right now the calls or the callers are in whoever has a question appreciate Sahaya notice muyawo utere rival Studios mule abanye FDC mule part president wa FDC owekitsumbi engineer Patrick Oboy Amriat mule omwana timukuru wa FDC right honorable Nathan Nagala Mafabi mule owekitsumbi vice deputy president in charge of Eastern Uganda Margaret. We do have the party spokesperson Embuyinguri party FDC ni John Kikonyogo abanya Kasese tuwete party chairperson Mshakuru Mukuru Nyineka Robeno awe party FDC Kabu Coronel Bwambale tuwete aba tuwete MP obukaliwe Kasese Honorable Winnie Kiza Honorable Kabo Flores. To wit, you are the MP owe Songora, Yuru, Musa Kurunzo, William, Wakitsumbe, and Masterios. To now wit, or you look at the Mubarawe, Mubara, or Mutiricha Munubire, Yowakitsumbe, Alfred Kule, Ikwera. Leka ngalira masimuku wenyu ukenda ukabulia kuterisima abali ma studios abali kwa Airtel ni 075 muna papa surusu
lama simamati wa kusubuwa amuria teba disibu ya sevo wa president wa toyo amata yende tomato yende iyo omapati manyana na muwanda ke ndekeza kaikaka no ko ngurudi anga hapa angebe siri ya ukija mundu kwa nini tino mapati ayo ndo mama enda watu college bakai ulamu sola ibo tu bangani chakara mbara hai.
Thank you so much bwana wasinda kusebo. Here is Papa Surusu, the flag of the FDC on presidency. Thank you. Hello.
Janan ke pesa kade abang bakasire bayu mana itu apoy to ena to tantanga monta kana banai.
Okay.
Kama sima ka bupoyo ngamu sima ko sevo ayongera akoro mu hembo to vi musimo to tsabu.
Thank you. Is Mumbere Latif. I want to know whether Lubirizi could be part of this campaign, when he should go to Lubirizi for such a beautiful campaign of e-registration. Number 2, okay, hello.
Yes, His Excellency, President of the Opposition, FDC, we appreciate your program. This is James from Nyakayan. I just wanted to know, you have told us that now cards are being, all registrations now online, all people. How are our grandmothers or fathers who do not know even how to read or do digital to register themselves? I beg to submit.
Thank you so much. I didn't pick his name clearly, but I have a very good question. Second last call.
Yes, good luck.
Yeah.
And you guys are German party president. And the Chavez of Ekana, yesterday, in a what a part of Mavia, a Chasende, a Chavez, the Kiva, Museum, Katonga, and Nangu. Mereka matokana kiti Erika Nireneri avere lema Wolomundo ama video kwa zaidi ubere ande Wolomundo za candidate wiwo kutai obukome yaki msachi kolat ara imetia katoke.
Okay, thank you so much. The issue is all about what if Dr. Tadi Kano BSG come up with his independent political party. What will be the implication to the FDC party? Last caller.
Yes, hello. Jevali kumukuru.
Now Jevali.
Wampita musakuru nkubide wano benzululu mwebali kwereza.
Ekali.
Nebali nkubyezimunga nebaza bwebaza FDC kuzi. Mukuru nandala amuliati ana mwebali okuzukuta FDC nebaza abantu ba FDC bonna ntino mwebali mukubiriza abantu banange mwendi okubanga abantu bawa FDC akalulu nga wetwakola kuli kubye kwebaza ino mwebale
Kali
sebo
ndoza kulwa kade for the calls we can stop from here. Hope we picked the question very well. Allow me cross over to the SG to give us some feedback. Thank you.
If temusobola okureconsilinga ne mwa flag. Simanyi plan ya yagala flag, waba yagala flag ajja tumwatambule naye. Kubanga fe kikulu kyaffe okubeera n'ekibiina kyaffe ky'amaanyi n'ozokifuna. So reconciliation si flag. Kujja ko baba nga yamuga flag. Twakamusupport Dr. Besigye akesimba emyaka emirundi 4. Zino bwe yesimba wadde bamuwa flag nga talina kutambula naffe ffenna. Nozokiraba ekyo should not be tied on a flag. Reconciliation should come and work. Naye kankubulira ne Dr. Besigye when he resigned from a party president, you remember, nesimbawo nemugisha muntu nengwa n'obululu basingira obululu asitumubiri sava mu kibiina nesigalawo ekyaliwo nakati. Kubona manya nti ekibiina kisinga afa abantu. The party is bigger than all of us. Always Mugisha Vincent tugenda kujja dimu Rubirizi ID asobola kweyandikisa. Ekyo kinza kyagamba bwoba omanyi bwobeera munakenywa tobeera na identity card yaki ya Uganda osobola kwewandikisa. Kyabuuza kyekyo oba oli wansi wa myaka 18 by the way n'abaana abato balina national IDs. National identity card right FDC is tagged omuntu alina omulonzi okusooka qualification esooka olina okuba omulonzi. Teri oyo ayinza okulonda mu general elections zonna nga talina national ID, because national ID yalaga nti bw'oli munnauganda oba oli omuntu ayakirizibwa okwenyigira mu byakukola ki byakulonda. Kyo kikulaga nti tujja kuwandiikisa n'abatale tulina abamemba 5,000,000 kume million nga 3.5 ndolo kifuna kiti kyamba. So kyobola bona okubeera ekyo kikulaga oli mulonzi. Bw'obanga wagibuza timu agambye maama we jaja oba jaja I think is both man and woman. Grande njagala kumubuuza ennaku zino tulina mobile money. Timu agamba ne mobile money bagijjewo kuba tulina aba kyagamba kosa mobile naye ffe tulina okugamba eti tiimu nejjajja wasobola kwewandikisa ati no identity card yange eno app ya FDC njagala kwewandikisa n'ateekamu app ya FDC n'ateekamu identity card ya jjajjawe efulumya kadi. Teyeetaaga nti omuntu anyiga esimu yo yalina okuba jjajjawe nedda n'ettimu asobola okumunyigira. So mu byalo ebyo baliwo abafubu abasobola okunyiga ne baligeesalinga abakaadi abo. Era bagambe nti tulina app, genda mu Google oba mu App Store balina Google Play for Samsung, Apple from this one iPhones. Ojja kujjayo app eyo osobola origesalinga. Besigye bwakola pate ye kizibu ki
kikosa FDC
pate president kizemu akugambye ffe tetutwalako kikuluma nga abantu bakoze ki bagenze kyobona Mugisha muntu nebeti kame tukyogerako kuba yagenda nakola pate wadde kati ali IGP ne ba speaker ne deputy nebo tuba missing kwa FDC tekulinako obuyinza okugaana omuntu yenna okukola ekibiina ate FDC si prison oyinza okulowooza oti bakusa ofuluma nga okola ki oyagala kale si prison kale ofuluma ajja kubafuluma babasaze okukola ekibiina kyeteri kizibu.
I think our questions are done.
No, ekisembe basiimi kusiima abo abali ku streaming omanyika live streaming FDC egenze wala ne live streaming egikola ndaba wano yeko eggulu yeko gudo eggulu bado omuntu bwakuvuma n'agamba how do you call it as a person but yongeramu amaanyi olimere n'amaanyi ofune ki kyoyagala kale ffe tukola nabo batwebaza nabo tweyanjeza.
Thank you so much, Honorable Nandala Mafabi. It's now each and every member. I'll pick the chairman of FDC, I'll pick Honorable Nzo, I'll pick the party spokesperson, then the
Abanyakasese ngesaba and muendi mbere na womero mwiriki kalinyiri FDC ngende saba and mwasinja kutsebo erikangania omusingi wenyu omwetu kakumuga bwa muti you remain one FDC and indeed abandi abo ndabagada utinga and probably mwabya mukayiteba but today you've shown the whole country and the world that indeed what you declared to remain FDC and to stand the roots of FDC. We pray that you continue keeping the foundation of FDC till the end of the world.
Thank
I think I can say, Masinja kutsib nyamuhanga batsumule eyamuliyeyo.
Omunyamusongora no for 30 seconds.
Singa kutsibo man good luck. Nganza eri bela nyabenzururu na banyabenzururu kali ende embagane eri wakati katika bafaringe leadership rundi obwembembetya obuwete enzira eyiterekerere as opposed to abandi bebitunge bende abakakonfusinga dealership for leadership eribya nga ukabya ukarondera embembeti abantu betu kandi ukanza resambero ku bantu eri bane byawo.
Okay.
Abusiba badira good luck. Omwarusunguro transform ma primary.
Exactly.
Now emba nere katikati FDC na binde bitabe yeyo and FDC ika exposinga ikakanganaya obwembembetya oba Uganda itolere retunga omusinjo obwembembetya Uganda itolere retunga nga no high the next 50 years, next 100 years, as opposed to abantu banji betoka wambu mutuhe emere ya lero anyamo mureke 20 tuya college tuya hambia mataka abantu manya mautane wabo mundunya kwate mautane property yiwe and yet nyene cyasinde kende ndina ne cyandiko cya verisa ininge kiraro cya verisa ininge kirende all natural resources belong to the people of Uganda.
Thank you so much, Honorable. Busongora County South, 30 seconds only.
Osinja omusako bulak na iremba kaisakana erera mucha okwa bataka abatulikirira abantu abe Kasese abantu abe Toroko abantu abe Bundibujo mukuru gula ukiraye ngakusinga iremba kaisakano kandi bonge singa abantu abe Kasese abosi
inga
hawo kisasani cyaba makanganya munawe erikangani nde batwanzire banzire FDC yabo kandi FDC yabo si uti haikaenda because ibone bo FDC echamwa makola abantu abe Kasese abantu abe Toroko abantu abe Bundibujo munawire mwa makola chindo chembana echatuke lyamabiri banza eyatrole ende kanguli ya Nyamuhanga eni yabasasura especially ikireya mukamoyo ngesime abantu abakusongora south abantu abakusongora south mwasinja mwamakole kindo kyembana unaisi abantu balo bani mulabya mu propaganda inde enop eyimani biro no mushakolo mbaju Jackson Katika yabera heka FDC AUC ebusongora south betu munabure mwamakangania and FDC ikini ebusongora south abantu bayabusongora south mwasinja kutsebo kande chendechero mwamomo balo FDC kangule ku mwana era muti okungwa batsuma
wasinja honorable lakatulangirawe chikusa 30 seconds
abanyakasese mwasinja kusibu mwama trakisoni mwama kangani ndikwenene ekasese neruko ka FDC mwasinja erolikirete
wasinja mama lakatulangirire umusakulu tembo for Bukonzo County East
kale wasinja kusibu good luck kandi nabanyakasese bose balatwa amani munabwire nje tembo ka umusairi aba bandu be Bukonzo East tukasima abe membeje mwamukebani komreke ndi akabahandeka nirishekadi shenyusi nemuhuluka so inje namalekera
honorable we asese yaje bajja mu FDC abantu beyina kusona bwali kapo plan bagwayo bale nyimwe bale abantu be kasese
wind up Mr. Honorable Nandala for 30 seconds
good luck
my apologies
when nagejaga bekasese renzo batwede rigoni yafe webara nyo kwaniriza mutundu cyafe cyamo ate cyafe kubanza mu renzo now radio webara kutoa mukiseguno we need togetherness nyaga bashobe tukomeo tukolaganirewamo probeti tukora tutwaro ukulembezi kumbera biri mukaga nyagala kusaba katonda yo wamanyi abakumire abayeke onake mwagala paka butunala bagano omuntu n'omwana.
Thank you. Now to Mr. President.
Well, I just really want to thank everybody who has been involved in this program, all the leaders who made this possible, the people of Kasese. I would like to conclude by just saying two things. One is that we would like our grassroots structures and leaders to concentrate on building the party at their levels. The arguments at the top, leave that to us. We will resolve it in one way or another.
Okay.
It doesn't help you to get involved in this, whatever is happening up there. It does not help your opportunities to become a member of parliament or an LC3 or a councillor or a mayor. Please keep united as a people. Now, secondly and finally is, this thing that has continued to be an eyesore to the people of Rwenzori, the massacre of 2016. As the FDC, one thing we can promise to you is that once we are in power, the people of Rwenzori will get justice.
Thank you
very
so
much. And I would like to say one Uganda, one people,
One Uganda.
Ra.
Thank you so much, FDC team, led by the party president, Engineer Patrick Oboy Amuriat, SG, Honorable Nandala Mafabi from Budadiri West. Exactly. And all FDC members, very good luck, Zao. Ahawa Kayingo, Nobusinga wetu.
From the land of glaciers in Africa to the world.
Kama kayambo kali.
And better.